Hello to everyone and welcome to another update on the market. For today, I decided to cover USD versus Japanese yen. I will speak about the crude oil, gold market, and Bitcoin versus US dollar. I will start with the USD versus Japanese yen first. So basically, what I found, this is the hourly time frame, and seems like we have a breakout of this. More like a consolidation that took a couple of days to develop. And we can see also that market is building lower highs and series of the major short-term lower highs and lower lows at this point. So we have the sellers in control on this market and potential for the further drop and further downside movement based on the current condition and based on the current environment. Now, the downside scenario is most likely to happen and to resolve. But the levels that I'm watching, so we have this area which was pretty important, 144.50. We also have this previous swing high around 145. So there is a potential for this 100 to 150 pips just to retest the previous reference points that we had from the let's say from the mid-August this year, and swing high from the beginning of this year, let's say from June this year. So this potential downside development, that is the objective point for this downside scenario. Now let's see in terms of the upside scenario for the upside scenario, really we will need to have strong beating and strong impulsive rally above this high and to back into this consolidation, and then eventually to hold there and then start to break out to the upside above 147.50 in order to potentially open the door for the higher prices towards 140.80. But there is lots of plenty of things that I would like to see to develop in order for the upside scenario to start to play out. So the downside scenario is most likely and potential 145 or 144.49. So speaking of the gold market, we can see that there was this big rejection in the background, and the market is in the consolidation. We notice that this potential building of this consolidation between the, let's say, resistance at 2040 and support around 2015. So this is now the range that we have. But in the background, we have a strong, big reversal, the broken rising trend line we can see here. And for now, market is playing around this range. But in case of let's say some impulsive move to the downside, and if we can clear 2010 and hold below, this can open the door for the lower prices, potentially 1990 or even 1970 to be on the test. So that's for the downside scenario. For the upside scenario, we'll still like impulsive move to the upside and for the market to rotate above this rising trend line and hold above in order for this to potentially go higher towards 2090 or 2100 mark. So far, because of the strong reversal in the background and broken rising trend line, the odds are that in the next period gold can develop to the downside, but still upside scenario is still open. Now, speaking of the crude oil, we spoke about this fake breakout of this triangle, and then the market just still building lower clusters. We can see it here, market was doing some running flat type of correction here, and a downside breakout. Our second objective actually got reached based on something that we spoke in previous forecast. So this is 69.90 is there. So now I will go to the daily time frame just to see what levels we have, and we can see that there is lots of clusters around 67 mark. I will say 67.50 mark. So that can be the next area for the development for this downside scenario. If we can clear this 69.20 and then hold below, then 67.50 will be the next objective. Now, if we speak about upside scenario, for the upside scenario again, I would like the strong impulsive move to the upside and a hold into this area again, which will be a good sign for potential rally towards the 76.30 or 50 mark. And speaking of the Bitcoin versus US dollar, market prices right now are trading around 44,000, and we can see that there is this tail at 45,000. Seems like that's important level, at least intraday, and we have a support around 43,400. So market is in a consolidation at this point. So we will place the most recent, let's say, rising trend line, and we will find that if we place from here, we are trading around that trend line, but we also have this area, this trend line, in case of some bigger downside move or a pullback, and we also have the area of single prints here. So for me, if we can clear 45,000 and hold above, there is a potential for the 46,000 to be on the test. From other side, if we can clear this area of 43,400 and hold below, there is a chance for rotation back towards the 42,300. There is a bigger supply and on the volume, and so there is a chance even for 40,000 to be in the play. So that will be all, guys, for this video update. I hope that you did enjoy, and have a good trading day. Speak to you from tomorrow morning.